Hello everyone, Dennis Audio here, and this is going to be a video response, not a beer review. A video response to Chad9976 over at Chad's Beer Reviews, and the video is called How I Rate Beer, in which he explains how, where he stands, what his values, what his expectations in a beer, how he gives it the rating gives, and such and such. Basically, I'm going to do about the same. At this point, I think I have enough video to be considered a reviewer, because before I didn't have enough material, to even explain anything. First of all, just like Chad did in his review, I want to, get straight to everybody that I'm not an expert, obviously, and I don't think it seems like I might think I am one, but you never know. I'm only 20 years old anyway, so I probably know much more than an average 20-year-old would know about beer, especially in the States where you can't even drink until 21. But pretty much, I'm going to get into the explanation. I rate my beer reviews. I grade each beer out of 10. So it's kind of like a percentage system, just cut by 10. So instead of 100, you get 10. So such and such. Basically, anything below 5 would be a failing grade. So far, I haven't actually had any beers that would be that bad. But I'm sure eventually I'll hit some, crappy beers just to see how they are, or just to refresh my memory how shitty they are. Basically, from anything from 5 to 7 is could be a decent beer. But the reason I wouldn't give it that high of a grade is either because it doesn't have much complexity or flavor to it, or maybe it's sometimes just get a bad bottle. I try to be reasonable. Sometimes you just can get a bad bottle anyways. But from 7 to 8, that's where we get into good beers pretty much. Sometimes a really good beer wouldn't impress me much because it's not stable. I'd like to call those beers unstable because sometimes you can get one bottle and I'm not talking about getting bad bottles. I'm talking about just sometimes they're not equally as good in different batches and so on. So from 8 to 9, these are probably my favorites, or really clean, good beers that actually stand for the name, and such pretty much. And so far, I haven't had anything that would impress me so much. I would give it a 9, above that. But I'm not saying that I would never give a 9 or 9.5. Obviously, I'm not gonna give a 10 out of 10. That's probably impossible. I don't know how good the beer has to be. There's always room for improvement, I guess. Yeah, so that's about the grading scale. That should be enough. And what else? I obviously take into account the appearance of the beer, the flavor, also the scent, and the general drinkability / mouthfeel. I like to just combine those two. I don't really, average give certain grades for each category. I just take it as a holistic kind of grade. But I do take it into account. Obviously, if a beer looks like shit, even though if it might taste alright, it's probably going to affect my impression in my mouth. A beer has to be enjoyable all the way through. I'm not saying that, let's say, bitterness could be a plus for some beers, could be a minus for some other ones, because it has to relate to the expectations of different styles of beer. Obviously, I'm not going to taste the same kind of beer all the time, lagers or pilsners, not. So, what could be good in stout, sometimes the kind of stouty, bitter finish could be disgusting in a lager. So, it has to be coherent with what the beer is supposed to be like. And yeah, so that pretty much makes it for my expectations. Usually, I'm really hesitant to give it a grade. Sometimes I just feel the beer is good right away. Sometimes the beer gets better as you drink it. Maybe that has to do with the serving temperature, I don't know. Sometimes I maybe serve it too cold for myself, or sometimes maybe too warm. Also has to do with the glass sometimes, so that's why I don't try to review beer out of the bottle. Not only because you wouldn't be able to see it, also because the carbonation can ruin the impression. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't have that many values or criteria. As I've said, I'm not a professional, not even a connoisseur yet, I guess. I just it's something I like. Beer is probably my favorite drink, and I obviously drink it for the flavor, for the experience, not to get buzzed or hammered. Even though sometimes that's, you know, what eventually happens, but initially it's pretty much not my goal. And to wrap this up, I'm gonna give you guys a little sneak peek of what's gonna come after this, in the following weeks and months maybe, because I had friends over for the weekend coming from Toronto, and they bought a shitload of beers, really good beers that you cannot buy here in Montreal, and some of them are really interesting. I've never even considered buying them for various reasons. So I'll bring the camera and show you what the beers are in a sec. Here we are with a nice sort of collection of the beers I'm going to review, and pretty much 99% of them I've never tried before, so I'm just going to name a few. I'm not going to go through all of them because that would be interesting. First of all, I have Young's Double Chocolate Stout. I've heard amazing responses from all sorts of people on YouTube and other places. Apparently it's one of the finest beers out there. I really want to try it. Thanks to my friends who brought me a few. Also, a few of the really strong Austrian Eggenbergs beers, like the Yerbach or the Sammy Klaus, I don't know how to say it. Finally, my friends bought me a Rogue, which is, we don't really have any craft American brews for sale here in Montreal, but in Ontario they have a few. So this one is a Irish style lager from Rogue. I'm really looking forward to try that. And also got Fuller's ESB, which is sold here, but I bought it just to review it. And let's just take this one. This one is Aventinus Weizen Eisbock. Now they sell the normal stuff, just the Weizenbock here in Montreal, but this one is more stronger. I think 12%, ABV, and it's interesting. I'm gonna try it. Anyways, thanks for checking out.